Okay, is the game crashing or not? No, okay.
Hello.
Major adventure
Hello?
added. Give me a moment here. Taxes 283. Even if I hadn't been robbed, I would only have gained 500. I have suits of armor that are much better. Okay, let's assign her. Assign this drunkard. Let's send Sakane, why not? Anything I want to build? I think I've built everything I want. Pretty sure nothing gives me any more security. I don't care about prestige, to be honest. I don't even know what it does. Let's be careful here.
Of course.
Cowled man, a bunch of cowled men. Well, that's usually not a good sign, is it? Medrek. Well, maybe they won't attack. Ah, well, that's not good. Let's have a talk. We're just minding our own business. Does seem that way, doesn't it?
Hey, all right then.
An elf idles by the road, watching the village across the river. He nods as you approach, and the cult figures standing near him fall silent. Greetings, friend, a slow smile forms as he eyes you. I've heard of you. Word has it you've been busy in Defiance Bay. He draws closer. I'm busy too, and eager to finish my business and get back to the city. Fuck me, this guy's going to try to kill me, isn't he? I'm sure now. What business is that? Haven't you heard? There is a murderer on the loose, said to have gone mad with grief and strangled a dozen healthy children when her own was hollow born. Holy fuck. He nods at the figures with him. We've all come the way from the Fans Bay to bring her to justice. Good, she can't be allowed to go free. He nods across the river. She's hiding in that village. We would go in after her ourselves, but the problem is she knows our faces. There is no telling what she would do if she saw us coming. Well, you know what? Take off your cowls and she won't recognize you. And we would like to avoid any further unnecessary bloodshed. He leans closer. Her name is Nifre. She's an Orlan. We want to get her out of the town so that we can deal with her cleanly. She knows we're looking for her, but if someone with a silver tongue like yours were to convince her that it is safe to leave, I could draw her out. He nods. She won't know you. It will be simple. I have questions. What is it? What did she do exactly? She was responsible for the murder of all those babies in Defiance Bay, remember? Terrible thing, but we'll make her pay, alright? I should get back to the search. I wonder if that's true.
Hey, of course.
My character doesn't really care.
Hello?
Because she's stupid.
Hello?
But I do. I wonder if they are just making up that story. The Temple of Berath. Okay, let's enter. Maybe the Urans would have something fun to say. They don't seem like regular mercenaries or guards on a mission.
Laying low.
More like assassins, if you ask me. No. Well, this is a really small temple, isn't it? Talk to Beotmar. No one trusts me with anything more than lighting the candles.
Out with you! I already told you what... I'm sorry. I thought you were one of those ruffians.
Another grunts in disgust. These times we live in.
How may I help you?
What happened to you?
I never saw their faces. Strange hooded men asking about those ruins. Cleoban Relag. Most of the brigands who come through here asking about the ruins are looking for a few ancient trinkets. But these people knew the name, and they were in a hurry. They wanted to know where Cleoban Relag was. I tried to keep it from them, but I couldn't hold out forever. I don't know what they were up to, but it can't be good.
Okay. Can you tell me where to find the ruins?
The Glanfathan tribe that guards the ruins will kill anyone who trespasses there. And they'll retaliate against us too, if history is any indication. We've had too many fortune seekers stir up trouble of late. If I'm to tell you, I'll need to know your reason for wanting to go.
I don't even know what they are talking about. I mean the place. Alright. Let's go with number one. Maybe they are the leading key. A dangerous plot is unfolding there. I've got to stop it.
If that's the case, then we may already have trouble headed our way. I'll have to take you at your word. You'll find Cleoban Relag here. Whatever trouble you find there, please end it quietly and try to stay out of the ruins.
And what does the flame reveal?
Okay, sorry about that. What? I thought an enemy was eyeing me. The river weed. I wonder if you can smoke it. Okay, and that's the last bit of money I'm going to spend on the stupid fort. That's it. Nothing else gives me security, which is all I really care, so I don't have to go and defend the Great Hall against the hordes of the endless paths. Aha, the Sylvan Relag. Okay. So the leading key wants to go there. Well, I'm assuming it's them. Because apparently hooded ruffians are a common sight around here. Vasily Rashlikov is invisible. Okay, I'm here because I have a vision of the anti-land. Let me check. Somewhere outside Dyrford. Ah, okay, obviously I have to go to that ruin. Well, I'm going to explore this place first anyway.
Time to see
As
and
I
not be
always
seen.
do. A word. Okay. How's Gaharond? The guard sighs with relief as he sees you. What are the odds? Stuck in this backwater, I need to meet the famed champion of Defiance Bay. Barath's will brings mercy today, indeed. His demeanor grows serious. Perhaps you could help. I don't suppose you saw a young elven noblewoman on the road. I'm stuck in this wretched place with the rest of my unit until we find her. I haven't seen anyone like that. Same as everyone else in this blazing village, he sighs. Perhaps you could go speak to Lord Haron that day anyway. He'll be grateful for the assistance. And it could be the locals open up to you at his daughter's disappearance more than they have to us.
I shall be quiet as a calm sea, which is not very quiet.
I guess that's not so strange. El Alotheos, whatever. He was an aristocrat, wasn't he? Ooh. So always explore the outside first, then the inside. I hope I can finish this game before Witcher 3 comes out. Would be
You must
nice.
gather your party before venturing forth.
The party is fucking gathered, you assholes. Okay, that's a stealing, so... I guess this game adheres to a philosophy. It's only stealing if they see you do it, unlike the Elder Scrolls. Because apparently the gods always see you do shit in the Elder Scrolls.
Time to see and not be seen.
Dyrford Crossing. Alright. What? The woman looks briefly through you as if she doesn't know you're there. Grieving mother. Maybe this is the criminal. This middle-aged peasant woman is dressed in a round leather cloth draped down to her knees. Her hands are working at separating stingy, colorless vegetables in a pile before her, stripping the heads of the long fibrous stems with a paring knife. She discards the stems one by one, placing the heads of the vegetables into a small cradle-like basket in front of her. She doesn't greet you as you approach. You are not sure she even knows you are there. I was hoping to ask you some questions. The woman doesn't respond. She keeps stripping the heads from the vegetables with a steady rhythm. She may be deaf. There is no indication she heard you. At first glance, she seems nothing more than a middle-aged woman, unremarkable, maybe less stern than most, who seems more focused on the weaving in her lap than her surroundings. Yet, you suddenly notice she's not stripping the vegetables before her any longer. She's weaving, and the vegetable pods are now missing. She still pays you no mind, her brown locks torn and snagged from lack of washing, like many of the townsfolk you've seen. There is a strange blur to her. Even the motions of her hands seem to be playing with threads that lack color in a shape that lacks interest. It may be that she's half-minded or deaf, but something feels wrong. As you watch her knitting takes on an odd cadence, and you have a terrible suspicion that something lurks beneath what your eyes are showing you. What if she's a demon? Her brown hair is long, almost impossibly to the length of her hands. As you follow the streams of her locks downwards, the hairs become long and black, splitting off into threads of black and silver and wrapping around her hands. She is forming a soul cradle, with the threads braiding a net in front of you, each finger long and sharp like a series of knitting needles, almost hypnotic. The silver and black strands of her hair weave together, with silver predominating as a highlight, the black shadowing it. And suddenly you're calm. You're on a plateau, almost the height of a tower, several stories high. The plateau is like a table lying beneath a clear sky, and beneath the plateau, surrounding it in all directions, a forest, hazy with mist, although whether it is actual mist or distance or a recollection. Resting in the curve of a natural arc above you is a great copper bell, half again the size of a man, hanging at attention, as if looking down on you and the event unfolding before you. The plateau has soaked in the sun. The rock beneath you is rough and warm. The sky forms a cradle around you. You feel different, not disembodied, but you feel your body, your physical contours have changed along with the surroundings. And you hear a soft series of chimes, like wind chimes. At the sound, the scene gains color and texture, as if the sound is beckoning you gently forth, filling your senses and thoughts, like mist rolling softly into a sealed chamber. And the chime coaxes you deeper into the memory, and you're certain it is a memory, a warm one. You're on the stone of the plateau, your knees on the warm texture of the ground, silver white, shimmering like Hydra. The plateau is formed of it, glistening in the sun. You can feel the heat on your skin, your wrists and your hands. Your hands are in motion, weaving, not thread but gathering, tenderly moving along the first movements of Berath's wheel. Your hands are wet. Your hands are upon the flesh of a newborn child, and you can feel the crowning of a tiny head turning in your grip, its head sleek, yet wet from the womb. Okay, this is getting nasty now. The hands you are wearing in hiding have done this many times, and you... what? And they are practiced and confident. Okay. So she remembers her own birth? Is that what they are telling me here? You can feel distant pains in your own head as the head emerges, a stream of fluid from the womb helping the newborn slide forth, and a woman labors breathing, crying out. It is either her birth or the birth of her son, I guess. Which explains the title Grieving Mother. As your hands move, you hear the sound of chimes, clear, cutting through the haze of memory. You cannot see where they are coming from, but they are close, and they are meant as comfort. Of that you are certain. Draw the chime forth, and coaxed by your hands, every movement causing the chimes to sound again. Almost eagerly, a child comes forth, and as it does, your hands are in motion, weaving, moving along the length of a soft, wet rope. No, an umbilical cord from the legs of the naked woman before you. You are holding a small child, still wet from the womb before you. The child cries out. It's full of life, full of soul, and the ringing of chimes echoing in its thoughts, filling it with its welcome. The soul is blurred at the edges, as if you are viewing a soul. What? From within a soul, but it is still there. It is alive. The woman before you is weeping, and her first cry, her hands reach out for it. Surrender the child. You surrender the child to her. Isn't it her child? Okay. Something you have done many times before. As your hands move, the chimes echo the movement, and you realize the chimes are hanging from the cords on your wrists, and where once they echoed in memory, they are now echoing in the child's mind as well. The chimes are intended to welcome the child to its first gentle greeting into the world, a soothing sound guided by the tender motions of your wrists. You are helping to weave its thoughts, its perceptions, and experience. The experience. The woman laughs with a ragged joy, laughing from a parched throat. Her emotions seem soothed, but the physical demands of labor have left her exhausted. But the child is here, the child is safe, and all atop the plateau is peaceful, calm, distant, flattening out the memory flattening out as the memory persists. Slowly pull back, retreat from the memory, as if I had a choice. With effort, the scene bleeds of color, and your mind becomes your own again. There is no pull, no anchor, yet the sound of the chimes remain. As they existed in the memory, they sound here as well. They are hanging from the woven braids of the wrists of the woman before you. Even as your head is spinning from the touch of her mind, the sound of the chimes on her wrists are sharp and clear, as if coaxing you back to the real world. The woman still sits before you, but she's nothing like what you first saw. She's wearing black, shredded garments that drape over her form like streamers. Her hair is streaks of black and run through with silver. Her age is almost impossible to tell. She simply feels old, like a crumbled watchtower. As she lifts her head to face you, you can see her hair is draped across the front of her face like a veil. What you first saw of her was a mental glamour of some sort, unconscious, and you realize what you see is not what the world sees, as you are perhaps the first to see her true self. Still, You don't sense a threat in the realization. If anything, you feel a sense of relief from the figure. You can hear her thoughts, and she is glad to at last be seen. Who are you?
I am seen, but the eyes of others do not remember. You were the first to see me as I am, the call stripped aside.
Okay. There is a light touch on your mind, a caress, and her left hand mirrors the motion of the touch. Reaching up to the air between you, you hear the chime on her wrist sound softly. Her hands move as if pantomiming, resting on your cheek at a distance, and she speaks softly and slowly.
Your memories. Cadence of wheels on a caravan track. Fever. Questions by running water. Violence in a night's campfire. Arrows in the dark. And fleeing. Falling rock and cracking stone. And a storm. The storm. The storm that brushed you. Did its screaming wake you from your mind's cradle? Your memory of it is painful. Its cry is difficult to ignore. It's like a child. Many children crying out.
I encountered a Biawak, yes, and it did something to me. Her hand withdraws shyly, the chime sounding softly once again. The woman stands uncertainly, as if she has been sitting for some time, or is too weak to bear her own weight. You notice her cheekbones are tight, her face gaunt. Yet, while her stance is weak, she seems determined to stand before you.
You are able to see me.
It is almost a question. You suddenly realize she doesn't seem to know what you saw when you looked at her. The image on the plateau, yet the image was so clear, so sharp. You're surprised she didn't feel you there.
To see me is a rare gift. A watcher's gift.
Ooh. Okay, I've never been able to do that with a living person except with you.
So many questions, thoughts, whirling like storm winds. That storm still roars through you, deep beneath your thoughts, yet muted and secret, like an underground river. I cannot tell if it is carving new channels, or eroding what keeps your true strength buried. The fact that you could hear it at all, survive it, is something few have ever done. Your power will grow stronger with each soul you touch, as it allowed you to reach out to mine.
Aha, so she did feel it. There is a silence, and although it seems to last for a heartbeat, in your thought it stretches out between the two of you, like a pool between your minds. You blink, take a breath, and then realize she wants to ask you a question. Yet can't form the words, as if assembling them is painful. Or there simply are not enough pieces. Do you wish to travel with me? You feel a wave of fear, gusted with the strength of relief, although oddly her expression does not change. Then fear dissipates, and you feel strength and certainty, as if the plateau from her memory lies beneath you, and a calm sky looks down upon you. She is a cipher? What the hell is that? I remember reading... I think that's some sort of... Damage dealer, which I don't need. Okay, I have to find out if she's the criminal. Let me check. Well, apparently she's not. A Norland woman, okay. Apparently she's
Keeping an eye
not
out.
a Norland. Unless everyone sees her as a non-Orland. It's possible. Didn't they say she looked different to everyone except to me? Okay. So I need to talk to Lord Harund, find Nifr, and then as soon as I level up, which will be when? Holy shit. That won't happen for quite a while, will it? Okay. Let's go to the town square.
Let's see what lies this way.
As soon as I level up, I'll head back to Defiance Bay. An antelope horn, okay. Hentwinia. Let's see what she sells. A young woman leans against a wagon, one arm on one side of her face, is covered with bandages, with raw ripped flesh showing underneath. A minty, tangy scent wafts from her dressing. She smiles painfully. Just ventured into town. I'm about dry on some of my stocks, but you're welcome to have a look-see. Why are your stocks limited? In the damn roads, can't reach none of my suppliers. So I'm stuck with whatever I can scrounge up in the wood, deer cap, riverweed, and the like. That's well and good, but most potions require something stronger too. Troll skin, basil bone, what have you. And then there's the really rare agents, things you've never been able to afford, let alone find on your own. What did you find? Hendina winces at the rest of the story comes tumbling out of her. I've been keeping an eye on a drake nest east of town, at Dyrford crossing. The beast stayed just long enough to lay a clutch and moved on. Thank the Sky Mother it wasn't a full-grown dragon. She looks at her bandaged arm and grimaces. Fresh eggs are much more useful than the ones you get passed between merchants, or left in nests for weeks or more, and that clutch looked to be in its peak. Though I would see about getting an egg, I didn't realize so many of them had already hatched, or that young worms were so territorial. I could get the egg. She keeps her gaze steady, but you see hope kindling in her eyes and twitching at the corners of her mouth. I sure hope you're not leading me on, I don't think I could stand getting burned again. She bites her lip. If you really mean to go after it, I'll certainly pay you. Just remember, big as they are, dragon eggs are fragile. And there's a lot more I can do with a whole one.
Good day to you.
She adjusts one of her bandages. Anything else I can do for you? I've got some handy ointments if you're braving the roads anytime soon. How did you get burned? Obviously, worms. She turns her face to the ground. By the flame, how bad does it look? Just say it. I know you'll tell me straight. It looks like it hurts. She laughs rudely. That's a mighty soft way of putting it. She says, I told you about my running with the worms. I reckon you put the rest together already, yes. I'm looking for a Norland named Nifr. I did see another lady headed into the Draco again just the other day. She points across the road to a large building. Don't know what her name was, but she was acting really sneaky like. What's wrong with the roads? A noise of disgust rattles from her throat. Brigands, looters, you name it. The gods may be hollowing our babies, but it's grown folk that's throwing it to the rest of us. Show me your wares. Sure thing. Okay, let's sell what I can. Let's see what she has. Potions, what here? Potions are useless, to be honest. Okay.
Of course.
If I need to use a potion, then I have already lost the fight, to be honest. Okay, it seems it's time to enter to all the houses. Give me a second, please.